I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party when I come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Super Bowl 58. Taking on Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Saints.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. The long fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude, and you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Michael Thomas with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Saints are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick-6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish an inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Kamara up the middle. They find some open field here. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 60 yards. And the Saints will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Tua. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fielded just inside the 30. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Andy Dalton, 25 yards.
And the Saints are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they've put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits.
We drop you into the action here first half. This offense, they've been rolling. They're looking for more, though. And they've got the ball in the red zone. They'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. Here's Dalton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 3rd. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Here we go with Kamara. And he will have the 1st before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on 1st down.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Caught by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. That's out. And now a fumble. The ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. A give. This is Kamara, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, good for a Saints 1st down. Running with Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Boy, 196 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Now Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And inside give to Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.